Hello and welcome again to On the Lake. It's another Monday. It's a bit wet, but we don't mind. It's so humid today. It's hot and sticky, but it is a little bit wet. We've got one rod out already. That's just on. Let me get it out for you. Nice little red sweet corn. Fake sweet corn. It's on a 3BB float. Not very deep at all. This one is. This one's quite deep. This is going right out in the middle. But I'm going to shallow this up a bit. I'm using a size 18 hook, very tiny. But we're literally tench fishing today. That's all I want today is a tench. One tench, that's what I'm going for. If I go home with that, I'm happy. So, as I said, I'm out with one bit of corn there. Went out this morning into the garden and got myself lovely juicy worms. And that's all I'll need. Literally, there's probably 10 worms there, and that's it. So I'm just going to set all this up.
Oh yeah.
And then get to the fishing. Nice strong blood knot. Probably 6, 7 turns on that. They're not very big tench, but they have got big flappy back tail fins, so they can fight quite hard for little fish. Nip it in my trousers, give it a little tug, make sure that knot's nice and tight.
Your thing ain't floating, is it? Like, because the little birds are there.
Yeah, that's fine. It's on a bit of corn at the bottom.
Lovely birdies.
Snip that off. Yeah. Loads of birds today, loads of them. And 2 of them are babies, you can tell, because they've got grey beaks, not white beaks. So they're still babies. Gorgeous little birds. But yeah, most people would use rigs for tench fishing, kind of like these. I don't like these rigs, these are awful. Completely empty pack there. But I don't like them. One, I got them in a pack from a shop that was with a setup, and they're quite big hooks, and they're barbed. What? Why put barbed hooks? You know what I mean? You can't use barbed hooks in most places anyway. That's a bit silly, isn't it? But no, I'm just using a straight up little 18 hook, and I'm going to put the worm straight onto my hook. People always know that if you put it straight onto your hook, the chances are it's going to wriggle off your hook. But fuck it. That's what I'm going to do now. Is not use a whole worm. You don't need a whole worm. But
Canadian geese is sneaking out behind you.
hello, you. Cheeky. That's it. Right, so all I'm going to do is cut my worm in half. Sorry, animal lovers out there, but this is what the fish eat, so this is what I'm going to use. You got to remember, we're tench fishing. Tench love a good bit of worm. Right, I don't know how you hook a worm up onto a hook, to be honest, but
There's a load of bubbles near your float.
excellent. We like bubbles, that's a sign of tench. But all I'm going to do is kind of pierce it right through the middle, ravel that side up as well, pierce that side, sort of thing. Put it all the way around to the eye, just there, so the hook is kind of sitting right underneath it, and it's in 2 different spots to that worm. And then you've got a little dangly bit. And that is what I've set up to do today. So, as I said before, I've got a bit of red corn out there. I'm not sitting the right way, obviously. Can't see it. But I will be turning around in a little while.
The hook's on your trousers.
That's good. Need to shallow this up just a tad. Beautiful. job. Right. Carb is sitting on an ant's nest. Got
Was
ants
ya?
in my pants. Yeah. Right next to that float. Just there. And then I'm using this little drainage system here to rest my rods against. And on the bank there. And hopefully, once we have a fish, if we have a fish, then it'll be nice. I caught a tench the other day down here. I believe it was Saturday. I was down here fishing for a little while. Caught one tench on the worm, big waggle float that is, 4 gram, self-weighted. Took it quite nicely, but the size 18 hook is quite small. And I caught it just in the roof, the lip there, and it was a beautiful take. But I'll put a picture of that up because I didn't get it on video because I wasn't recording that day. I don't record all the day. I only record my episodes on the day that I do them. So every Monday I will record my episode on a Monday. Sometimes I record on a Saturday, but most of the time I don't bother. I literally
Just do it for
I
fun.
wait till last minute, basically. But I don't know how long we're going to be here today because it is raining, it is hot.
And I've got to go to a friend's appointment.
Yeah, we've got things to do later on today. Clearly we've got the school run as well at 3 o'clock, so we'll probably only stay here till lunch today so we can go home and get stuff sorted.
Hiya.
Right. Yeah, I'm not going to be pike fishing today because I'm too hot. It's too humid, and the way I see it is if it's too hot and humid for me, then it's going to be too hot and humid for the pike. Tench are a bit different, you know what I mean? But pike, they love, well, they don't love, obviously, but when you catch them in the colder time, it's better for them because they can breathe better when you release them. In this hot, sticky weather, they're going to be sitting there recovering for quite some time, and that's not fair on them. So I'm going to leave pike alone today and just concentrate on tench, maybe a carp, who knows? That's what corn's out there for, possible carp. The worm is specifically for the tench, so it's just a matter of just waiting and seeing. I was down here the other day, as I said, and I caught tench, and it took me ages. It must have took me 4 hours to have one tench, and that's all I caught all day long. But the rain's easing off now, so that's quite good.
Your big float keeps wobbling a little bit.
As you can see, it is deeper. Our usual rock is nearly covered, so it is a lot deeper in here today. It has been for quite a few days now. It's been getting deeper and deeper, which is good because it's bringing the fish in closer. I've seen them coming in all the way up to these rocks here, and they're probably about this big, 2 pound to 2-3 pound tench. They're still small. I've got some nice bubbles just come up there next to my waggle float. Look, and there. I don't know whether you can see them on the camera, the nice bubbly, foamy looking sort of bubbles. And over there, look, big splodge of the bubbles. Can you see them?
Yeah, I think I've got them on the camera.
Yeah. That is a tench, guys. So I am going to have to turn around. And keep an eye on these floats. I'm still using the phone. My camera has arrived. I'm now just waiting for the card. The Microsoft Micro,
SD card.
that's the one. Just waiting for one of them and a microphone, because with them cameras, if it's sitting behind me, it's still not going to hear me when I'm facing this way. If I get myself a little microphone or something, it should be a bit better. But I would put my phone on a selfie stick in the water in front of me to face it this way. But this is, look, this is quite an expensive phone. If it falls in that water, that's a lot of money. So Unfortunately, we have to keep it like this for now.
Can you see anything?
Really? Right, they're not coming in close at the moment. Not right now. Just having a look over the edge to see if they're coming in close, because quite often now I've seen them here, and you can get right to the edge of the drain and just look over, and sometimes they'll be right against the edge of that. So I do like to have a look over there. Actually, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. Oh, here's this drain. Oh, here we go. And then you can see the rocks there. I'll be careful I don't drop the phone. Right over the edge. You can see all the rocks in there. And sometimes they come up right close to that edge. But it's just a matter of waiting and seeing on them floats today. I haven't got any maggots with me today or anything like that. But all I've brought is, literally I went out into the garden this morning, dug a little hole, well I say little, it was little, spade depth hole, probably about a spade length on the floor sort of thing. And just literally picked up these 10, 15 worms. And then just I've had these bits of corn in here for probably a year now, and I just don't ever use them, so I thought I'd use them today. Give them a try. See what they're like. I've got yellow ones as well. You can tell this one's been used before. It's still on a hook. That must have been Connor. I would have thought. I don't know. Could have been me down the canal actually. I use corn down the canal. Aerial fishes corn down the canal, but on this lake, as I've said before, nobody fishes here, so the fish are not going to be used to corn, they're not going to be used to pellets, they're not going to be used to boilies. They're going to be used to natural baits, your spiders, your fly, your worms, your slugs, snails, things like that, your frogs, like your pike for instance. In here, I can almost guarantee if you put a frog lure on, you're going to get a nice snapshot of a pike. If you're wearing a GoPro or something like that, you will most likely catch a pike jumping and catching it. Because you get frogs down here all the time. And that's got to be their main source of food, is fish and frog. You know what I mean? The fish are going to be feeding, the little fish are going to be feeding on anything that's natural baits in it. Like I said, no one fishes here. Maggots ain't gonna be in it. I do fish on the maggot and Rudd love them, don't get me wrong, but it's because it's a live bait like a little worm, like I said before. You know what I mean? They're gonna love that. So that's why I'm using worm. They're not probably the right worm to be using. Someone said about a lob worm or something. I don't know my worms. But to me a worm's a worm. They all wriggle the same. You know what I mean? So hopefully the garden worm does the trick. It did the other day, but it took 4 hours.
Your float's bobbing, the little one.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that. But I was out further the other day to catch on the waggler. I was out there, like in the middle. So I might put him out there. Sweet corn, that doesn't matter. It's a bit of rubber. There's loads of bubbles there, in fact. I'm going all the way up in a line, all the way up. From them big rocks there, all the way up to the bushes, I can see a line of the bubbles.
Yeah.
So I might even put the waggler over there on that ridge and put the corn in this middle. I've got nothing red, because my corn's red. I've got nothing red to bait the area out with to make it more attractive. I've literally got that one bit of corn. I'm not ground baiting, nothing like that, because I don't really deal with that. But my friend gave me a donut the other day, a sweet donut. I left it in my bait box since Saturday. It's gone a bit stale, but that, suppose I could use just to throw some in and around where my float's going to be. Just to get, hopefully, a fish biting, and then they see the redness in my corn and go, oh, what's that? That's the plan, I think. Depends if this floats, it most probably will. But it feels quite hard, proper stale. But if it floats, you never know, it might bring them to the surface. Over around the float, and they look down and then see the red. But I don't know. But basically, I don't want donut in my bait box that's gone stale, so I'm just going to throw it in and feed it to the fish.
That one's standing up a bit too high, ain't it?
It is a little bit, yeah. I would say it's probably sitting on one of the rocks.
Oh, the babies are not liking the rain.
I'm just going to plop this out just a bit further into the middle. That's that will move that way. That way. Hopefully that should bump the line nice and straight. And then I think I'm going to send my worm out on that little line of bubbles that I've seen earlier. Worm's still on there. Good, that's what we like to see. Beautiful. I'm just tightening up the line, bringing it in, pulling the line so it's nice, resting my rods, and it's job done. And then I just sit here, float out there. Sorry about the cigarette, guys, but I do smoke. It's kind of like other fishermen with their cups of tea. They'll have a tea and a fish. I'll have a smoke and a fish. And a cup of tea if it's going.
Or coffee.
Or a coffee would be much, much better. Hate tea. Used to love tea, but
I
find
converted
it too,
you.
yeah, I've found it's too slimy. I don't like milky teas. But then I don't like black tea. So, in other words, I've gone off tea. It's great. I've got a spare rod in here. I'm not going to use it. It's another carp stalker. It's exactly the same as this one. There, it says 8 foot, 2 piece, £2 NGT carp stalker, and obviously my spinning Shakespeare rod. And the other one is a carp stalker, but the top end of this one's fine. This was not my rod. This is my friend's rod. This one in here, the same carp stalker, is my rod, but the top end of it snapped. So I don't really use it. I used my friend's instead, and then because I've only got a license that allows me to hold 2 rods at a time, so I'll set these two up as my main, and if the boy's here, he'll use my spare rod, or he'll use Connor's rod, which is my friend. But other than that, I just stick to my 2 rods because that's all I'm allowed to use, and then sorry, just put that way. And then what I'll do later on is just set that 3rd rod up, but I won't use it because I'm not allowed. So what I'd do is, say like I wanted to spin, I'd set it up as a spinning rod, and then I'd put my spinning rod to the side away so I'm not using it, and then bring that 3rd rod in as my 2nd rod, and my 2nd rod out as my 3rd, so I'm not using it. As far as I know, that's okay to do that, because I'm still only using 2 rods at a time. But I will be next season, because my licence runs out
In July.
in July, 16th of July, weirdly enough. So I've got a month of the fishing season to fish before my licence runs out. So my next one I'm going to buy a 3-rod licence and a 2-rod licence so I can hold 5 rods at a time. Not that I need to, because I don't want to be sitting there with 5 rods, but it's for the times where if I want to use 5 rods, then I can. You know what I mean? If I'm on a river and I'm not fishing for normal fish, I'm not fishing for pike, I'm not fishing for roach, rudd, perch, tench, bream, whatever, you know what I mean? If I'm going into a big, fat, wide part of the river, I'm going to be fishing for the unknown creatures. This is what I want to do. This is the sort of thing I'm looking for in the river. When I do a river episode, I will have a float out going for the rudd and roach and things like that and the perch. I will be going piking, but sometimes I'm going to have 5 rods set out, all sitting there with big hooks, big chunks of meat, just sitting in the river and just see what sort of monsters are actually in our rivers. You know what I mean? Like, they connect to the sea. We don't know all the animals, all the fish, all the sort of creatures that are in that sea. They can get up these rivers, we know they can. We've had whales in the River Thames and things like that. You know what I mean? So my objective for the river fish is, it's going to be the River Nen, because that's my main local river. I've fished the River Tove or Tov, whichever way it's pronounced. I've fished the River Medway down in Kent a little bit. And then that river is a big monster river. That, I think, could hold some big, gigantic fish. And I will be going down there one day again to go and fish it. But other than that, it's going to be mainly the River Nen. And I'm hoping one day to catch a big, gigantic monster out of that. It could be a pike, but hopefully a 40-pound, something like that. Something big. But when you're at a lake with only certain fish in it, I'll only be catching them certain fish. So obviously I'm set up for the natural worm tench combination today. But once I get them licenses sorted out and I can get them 5 rods out in a river, there will be a lot more river episodes. Probably have to change my name from On the Lake to On the Water. That'd do. I would change it to On the Hook, but apparently that name's already taken. So I'm going to have to stick with On the Lake, even though it's going to be river fishing as well. So if any of you don't like that idea, well, unlucky. I'm going to fish on the river as well anyway, because I love it. This is the way it's done, isn't it? But if you was expecting it to be lake, I'm sorry, it's not lake. It is going to be river and lake fishing. The original name was going to be, like as I said, On the Hook, all round fishing. But someone took that. I don't know if you see it. I've got a little patch of bubbly foam just a little bit away from my float. It'd be nice to see it go down. I still haven't caught a fish on camera where you've seen the float go
Look around
down.
that float.
What, that one?
Can you see all the bubbles around it?
Yeah, there's loads going on. Stop. That's what I'm saying. It does take a long time.
We got our new puppy too, didn't we?
Yep. Jasper. It's finally home. That's what I've named him. Because we was trying to figure out a name. And then we thought Brian. So what we've done is just gone for... We literally brought him home because he had no specific name. It was either Jax, because he's a Jack Russell, or Brian. But if we didn't want to keep the name Jax, we wanted to wait until he was home, look at his face, and then think, you are a job done, and pick his name. So we had the 2 sort of names just to keep it going for now. And now we've got him home, literally gave him a cuddle, looked at his face and just Jasper. Jasper. Just came to my head, so we fell in love with that name for him, so it's Jasper Brian Parsons. It's a top quality name, that. He seems to love it. Every time we get in the door, it's Jasper. And he's... It's amazing. I love dogs.
And we have 2 cats, don't we?
Yep. If you guys would like to see some of the pictures of the cats and dogs, I can put them up. It's not a problem for you animal lovers out there. So we have Jakey, Tizzy and Jasper. All 3 are boys. 2 cats, 1 dog. The 2 cats are part Bengal, so they're a year old.
2 years old.
2 years old, sorry. And they're like this big. I'm not joking. Tizzy is like this wide. He's big. He's a big boy. Yeah,
He's
we
my
do
baby.
feed him cheese, which is not good for a cat, but it's a treat. And sometimes we treat our animals a little bit too much. Whereas Jakey, he's an absolute animal. He's not as big as Tizzy, but he's the same breed because they're half brothers, so they've both got Bengal in them. And he's a big, long cat, big cat for 2 years, but he's smaller and agile, fast. And
Like slapping Jasper.
yeah, they love slapping Jasper, and Jasper loves chasing him and giving him the little with his little snarly teeth. Chews your ankles and everything. I was laying there
And
the
your
other night.
toes.
Yeah, laying there the other night in bed, snoozing away. Arm flopped over like that, as you do. All of a sudden, my fingers, and get off of me! Chewing my fingers. He had my toes last night. I was laying on my front, toes hanging off the bed, and all I felt was him jumping up the edge of the bed. Toes.
He's brilliant though, ain't he? Left him at home the first time today, ain't we?
There's a fish out there. Yeah, he's having his first day at home on his own today because he's 8 weeks old. So he's still quite young, hence why we're not going to be here too long today. We don't want to leave him too long, probably 2 hours at the most. And then just let him get used to it, get him used to having that time on his own. But what I would suggest is have him in a room where he's comfortable and have a TV on in the background so he's still kind of got that. The TV's on. Humans watch TV, so there's a human around kind of mindset. It's the way I think of it.
So he ain't
There's
a little.
fish over there, look.
Yeah, so there ain't a little yapper for when we go out.
Yeah.
Can you save me a couple of paws, babe? Thank you.
Forgot about the top of me net. Fell off on the way here.
And donk me on the head.
Yeah. I'm not sure why, but it just keeps untwizzling itself. I twizzle it up, tighten it up. All the way. Try and lock it up as much as I can. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, definitely fish over there.
Yeah.
Don't know whether you've seen that, guys, but there's definitely a fish over there, so I'm going to put my waggler float right out there right now. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
What, your worm one?
Yep, my worm one is going right out of the back. And that's this one here, my carp stalker, I believe. There was a little fish nibbling on that then, you know?
Was there?
Tiny little fish nibbling away at my worm. Little buggers. This is what we don't want. We don't want the little fish going for the worm enough though, and nibbling away at it. Probably shouldn't have brought it in. Should have just left it there for a bit. Right, I've decided corn's coming off and another worm's going on. Same size hook, different weight. It's not a self-weighted float, this one, it's a 3BB. That was 4 grams self-weighted. But there is a reason why I'm using 2 little different floats. The 4 gram one is for Pacific tench. This one wasn't. This is for anything because it's not as heavy. So this could catch a small fish quite easily, a rudd. One of the baby rudds, it would take this. Look, see them over there? Little ringlets, bubbles coming up. So I might cast this one over that way. He's over there now. He's moving his way in this way. But I've really got to keep an eye on my float, guys, because there is a lot of fish in that middle bit.
Oh.
If that goes, you guys have got to tell me, because I'm not looking that way. I'm looking at you. So tell me if you see my float. Tell me if you see it go like that.
That fish is really going for it over there, ain't it?
Well, this one that's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something over there that's trying to hit munch on. So if it's... Oh, I thought I heard a fish suckling then, but it's not, it's a bird. Like I said before, guys, I haven't got a clue how you hook these on. So I'm just kind of piercing it right through its middle, pushing it all the way up to the top, sort of like that, looping it around,
Yo.
and just piercing it through another end. It's so hard to do.
And this is why I don't fish.
I suppose this is why people use the hair rigs. It's probably easier using a hair rig. But I am refusing to use them hair rigs because they are barbed. It's purely the only reason why I'm not using them. Well, float doesn't look like it's gone down, but if I've missed a bite, it's your fault. I'm going to blame Jasper when I get home. It's all his fault. He didn't bark to tell me I had a bite. If he'd have been here, he'd have gone, "Rah, rah, rah, rah. Daddy, got a bite. Rah, rah, rah." Oh, look at my worm. It's kind of unhooked itself already, look.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to wiggle off, probably. And that's a big chunky bit of worm. God, he's well out of that, look. See him. That weren't a bad shot.
Let's hope the Tishy sees it.
Should dip a little bit now. Just rods down. So now we have two worms out, both of them in the middle. Hopefully we can catch something. Let's just rearrange my box. Sorry guys, I'm just going to stand over here, get my net ready. Very big net this is.
And your mat.
Yeah, I'll get my mat out in a minute as well. Oh.
Oh yeah.
You right?
You little matey.
Just leave my net in there like that. Beautiful. And then this is where I've got to sit on this rock. So I'm going to sit myself on this little patch here, I think. So you guys can see me nicely. Grab my jacket. Got ants in my pants.
I think I got ants in the pants too.
The cheapest chair ever, that. Didn't cost me nothing. It's my mate's jacket. I've had it for years now. Like 2 years I've had that jacket.
You mean your boyfriend?
Yep. It's my lucky jacket. Got my lucky hat, my lucky jacket. Biggest pike I ever caught wearing this hat. Didn't catch nothing all day long. Put my hat on, 2 minutes later, big pike, big pike. Amazing.
Can you sit down?
Yeah, I can actually. I've set it all up to sit down, haven't I? Stand all over my chair. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. This is much better. You guys can see me. You guys can hear me, hopefully. And I can sit and watch my floats now. It's beautiful. Like, sorry about the last episode, guys, with the camera angle shots. I'm still obviously new to this, still figuring out how, like, new apps to make movies, sort of thing. And sorry about that, I have to let people go by because when I speak and they're going by, you probably won't hear me because like buggies and footsteps and things like that. So I always let people walk by and then speak, so then you guys don't miss what I'm saying, which is the problem I have. When I'm standing on the drain and the video's over here or whatever, you guys probably won't hear me very well. And like I'm saying, some of the apps I'm using are asking me to video in different ways, like landscape, portrait. So if I hold the camera a certain way and then ask it to do it landscape, it zooms it in when I don't ask it to. So some of the shots on the last episode are a bit dodgy. I am very sorry about that. And it's not Tony's fault either. It is purely the apps and myself just don't get on. So I am looking for a new app. So the snapshots, one after the other, I do a video, say like 20 minutes long, and another 10-minute long video, and then say 6 2-minute videos, merging it all into one movie sort of video, having it landscape, and then with the audio all set up so you can hear me, taking off the wind as much as you can. It's all difficult using these editors, so I need one that's simple. Or I just pay someone to do it for me, I suppose. Anyone that's good with that sort of thing, if you want, I don't know, 20 quid, 20, 30 quid to edit a video once a week, let me know. I'll pay you that. Not a problem. Give it 2 years and then the kid will do it for me. He'll be so smart with them computers.
He's already smart with computers.
Yeah. I was trying to download a game for him this morning with the old Xbox and that, and I love Xbox, it's my favourite console. Sometimes it's just too complicated for me and I get worked up with it and it makes me not think about what I'm doing properly. But he just sits there with such a calm, clear mind. He's like, Dad, calm down, press this, this, this. And it's like boom, 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 done. You know what I mean? He's good with that. He thinks logically. So it's good, I like it. Come on, fishies.
No, you gotta say it properly. Come on, tishy, tishy, tishy.
There you go. I can't say it properly, I'm on camera. I'm not supposed to swear on camera. Get on my fucking... beep, 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 beep.
Naughty Matatu.
No, I've got confidence in the garden worm. Just it's patience. Like already I've swapped from the corn to a worm within half hour of being here. That's not fishing, that's not patience. But the corn's rubber, it's not got no scent, nothing. It's just a bit of rubber sitting in the water. And the amount of dirt in this water, they're probably just going to see it as another little bit of dirt or something. So I thought, okay then, let's get something live in here. Let's get something wiggling. And
Well, apparently they can't see colour, can they?
I don't know. Some people say they can't see colours. And like, if you're wearing bright yellow on the bank and you're moving, the fish are going to see the movement regardless of what colour you're wearing. But do they see in colour? I don't know. You know what I mean? Why do you use a red maggot? Why do you use a white maggot? It's got to be for the colour, innit? But we just do not actually know because we don't have fish eyes. I suppose it's not just about the eyes, is it? I suppose it's about the brain receptors as well. Does the brain even split what you're seeing into colours? You know what I mean? Oh, we've got a little friend. As you can tell, it's very rare of fish out here on bread, like I've said before, because of the ducks. But today, I might make that exception.
You need to keep a close eye on it.
Yeah, it's a warm day. And on a warm day, the fish come to the surface more to breathe and to feed. So maybe a floating bit of bread might attract something other than birds.
Well, they were feeding on top earlier, weren't they?
Yeah, well, we have seen a few fish come on top. Not sure what they are. Look at them bubbles there.
Mm.
But there's some literally behind that float.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just going to leave them there and just see what happens.
It's already come up battery low below.
Don't know if you heard that, guys. Battery on the phone's low already. So today's episode hopefully is all going to be 2 recordings, because for some reason the camera shut off. I don't know whether you guys probably noticed it, but I was talking to you about something.
Your floats, I think.
Could have been, but I can't remember. But it cut. The camera just cut off randomly because it was coming up low battery, so it cut off, and then we had to start recording again. So yeah, it's actually now 3 videos merged together because it's just cut off again, but it's fine. So yeah, I'm going to merge 3 videos together to create this episode. The battery's nearly dead, so once again, no fish on camera. But it doesn't mean to say we're not going to catch today. Like I said, I'm going to stay here for a couple of hours, fish. But we're going to shut the camera off for now and see if I catch a fish. We're going to quickly get the camera back on and see if we can get them videos and merge it all together for you to create a decent episode. Because I think the last 2 episodes I haven't actually caught fish on camera for you, which is quite terrible, really. So I am going to change my ways a little bit and start coming fishing a bit more regularly. Instead of just coming on the day of the episode, I'm going to do the fishing probably Thursdays, Fridays, all the way through the weekend and the Mondays, and then make the episodes out of a couple of sessions instead of just a session, because some sessions aren't going to go that great. Like as I said before, I don't want to show you that it is all fishing and all catching fish all the time, because it's not. It is times like this. We've been here for probably an hour, not caught one, but it's only been an hour. The battery's nearly dead. So this is why we're going to get more cameras. So if one camera dies, it doesn't matter. We've got plenty of cameras, and then edit all the videos together and merge them all together. So I am going to let you guys go for now. If we do catch any fish, I will hopefully get them on camera for you and put them on for you. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys.